Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We're out here in nature. We've got the wind blowing. We're breathing in that beautiful prana. How to deal with a toxic or negative family member. Can I get a hello there? We got a great question that came in. Someone wrote in saying that they can't stand being around a certain family member. They don't want to mention who it is. Don't worry, I won't blow your cover. But they say that person really gets on their nerves. And every time they have a family reunion, everybody stuffing their face, right? You got to talk to family members you haven't seen in 5 or 10 years, and everybody looks different. Some people do still look the same. What happens? What happens when those closest to you growing up now become distant strangers? What happens when maybe your brother or sister or mother or father or your nephews and nieces really get on your nerves, just like you're constipated, right? You're making that face. What do? Let me share with you what helped me along my journey. I always say family is beautiful. It's wonderful to have a cohesive family, a family that supports you and cares. That's in an ideal world. The fact still remains, many of us, we are even afraid to go home. Okay? Now, when we talk of becoming your greatest version, my family helped me become my greatest version. At the same time, it wasn't always peaches and cream. Now, I made a video, how to stop caring what people think. I spoke about my wonderful mother. That 11 years ago, I was a bad boy, or grown up. I stopped going to church. She was shocked, furious, because she raised me to go to church. And one day I said, no, I don't want to go. I want to be free. How did she take it? She wasn't impressed. We had a family affair. But as those 11 years went by, look at me right now. I'm doing great. I feel fantastic. She sees my level of evolution, and she has come to accept who I am today. So, let me tell you, whenever you have a family dispute, a family argument, sometimes time is the greatest healer. Because many times, our family and even friends, they only want the best for us, but they don't realize we have to live our life, right? Now, what happens when there is a family member who caused you a lot of pain or trauma in your childhood or past? That's why I always say, be careful of the children, because they are the future. And we always remember that stuff, right? Maybe there was a family member who used to treat you horribly. That stays with you. Can you forgive them? No, I don't blame you. But you have to ask yourself, how do I feel around them? Is it worth it? Is it worth my own peace of mind for me to keep a miserable face and screw my face whenever I'm in the presence of this family member? Of course not. So, growing up, there were certain family members who I loved. And there were certain family members who I didn't really want to talk to a whole lot, right? So whenever they would come to the house, I would run upstairs. But then I would tell myself, why on heavens am I letting this other person control me? Why am I externalizing my power to this other person? Why am I letting this other person govern my every single move? Then I realized, actually, I'm gonna go downstairs. Yeah, I'm gonna be confident. I'm gonna take back my power. And I'm gonna be myself for a change, right? And I'm not just gonna laugh when I don't find one of their jokes funny. No, I'm gonna keep a straight face. I'm gonna tell them how I really feel. I'm not gonna pretend no more. And guess what? That relationship with that family member, it became so wonderful because they got to see who I really was, the authentic side of me. And once again, be careful how you treat people on your way up because you might meet them on your way down, right? Everybody is changing, therefore everybody deserves a second chance. What really freed me along my journey was just to realize that many of us are confused. Many of us on the planet are not too well. I made a video about how to let go of subconscious childhood trauma. A lot of us have been traumatized from our childhood. It's just like in Alice in Wonderland where she says, "Am I mad? Everybody's mad here," replied the cat. Everybody is mad. It's a mad house. Now we all want to show to the world how wonderful our family is. But behind closed doors, sometimes we get into arguments and we're trying to keep up with appearances. The greatest epiphany I realized is that just by me being more peaceful within myself, I bring more peace within the family. Do you know how just by becoming my greatest version, how this has impacted my family in such an amazing way? I've always been calm, now I'm super calm. I've always been friendly, now I'm super friendly. I'm a peacemaker. I love my family to death. No, I love my family to life because I want to see them shine. But what happens when certain family members don't support your dreams? When certain family members disapprove of your lifestyle? When certain family members don't care about you, don't respect you? It's very difficult. It's not easy. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. We all need love and support. But to start attracting love and support, you've got to ask yourself, how are you cultivating love and support within yourself? You see, there is a family beyond our family. Let me explain. We have a world full of billions of people. And we have a family. Now, we always think we have an obligation to our family because let's face it, when we were really hungry, when we were really young, they fed us. Some of them didn't. That's why we're really pissed off. I don't blame you. But for most people, they took care of us. So many of us feel we have a debt to pay back. Many of us feel it is our duty to please our family, but at the same time, you have to ask yourself, at what cost? Is it at the cost of your own unhappiness? So what freed me along my journey was realizing that many of us, we're living in different time zones. There are levels of awareness, there are levels of consciousness, and everybody is going to see things in a very different way. You see, I'm not here to live up to my family's expectations. At the same time, I want to keep the peace. But we can only do this once we show our family who we really are. If you want to mend a family bond, maybe you're not talking to a certain family member, lose the pride for a change, drop it, and connect at a human level. Find the human element. Focus on the most positive aspects of that person as opposed to the negative. Now here's the test. I want you to visualize that person. The power of visualization. How do you feel? Okay, they're not in front of you, but visualize them for a second. Maybe you don't even want to think of them. That means thank them because they are sent to help you become your greatest version. Nobody, I repeat, nobody should have that much power over you. Okay, let's go again. You're visualizing them, right? Feeling a bit nervous, a bit anxious, but the more you do it, now you're going to see you can visualize them, have a picture of them in your mind, and guess what? They no longer affect you. That means they no longer have power over you. Nobody has power of your inner kingdom without your permission. I always say, the family you have is not by accident. They're going to push you. They are going to be your heaven, but also they may be your hell. But once you take back your power, start taking responsibility, you realize you are creating most of it. And when family, when friends, when they don't support you, realize that you have another family out there. Me. You've got friends who really care. You've got mentors. So when you don't have role models in the home, find them outside. And then become your own role model. Become your greatest fan. Become your greatest supporter. But always see what you can do to become more peaceful within yourself. Draw people into your own vortex. Let me say that again. Draw people into your own vortex. Create a family within yourself. And the family, your family, you will all have a greater connection together. And there you have it. Have a wonderful day. We're in nature, breathing in that beautiful prana. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy.